All right, guys. I know you guys said not to do the recording in the studio, but I just got done coaching. It was the best time I could do it. All right, guys. What is up, guys? My name is Cody. I'll be your coach the next 60 minutes. We have a really good template today, guys. We have endurance up on the treads, strength on the rowers, power back on the weight floor. So we are working all of the major training concepts today. So the best bang for your buck workout. Up on the treads, it's all about your push intensities. Rowers, we have stroke rate goals back on the weight floor. Again, we have dumbbell exercises paired with a body weight exercise. Then we have a core exercise. Guys, questions, options, let me know. Let's go ahead and head in here, guys. Come on. Alrighty, guys. Again, heading up to the station you signed up for, up on the treads and the rowers. We are getting logged into the O10. Find your name on that screen. Treads, we're taking it to that walking warm-up right here. 1% incline, 3 to 4 miles an hour on that speed. Rowers, we'll strap our feet in, widest part of that foot plate, 18 to 24 on that stroke rate. 1 count back, 2 counts on the weight floor. Back on the weight floor, we have your dynamic warm-up up on the VVA, working left to right on that screen up there, guys. Waking up the body across the room right here. Setting the foundation for our workout. Treads, let's go ahead and take it up to base. If you're power walking, we're gonna go between 1 and 3% on that left-hand side, 3.5 to 4.5 miles an hour. Joggers and runners at a 1% flat road. Joggers, 4.5 to 5.5. Runners, 5.5 or more. In 3, 2, 1. Let's take it up to base. Looking for green as a heart rate response. Rowers, let's increase that leg drive just a little bit. We're still looking for that same tempo. 1 count back, 2 counts on the way forward. Weight floor still moving left to right up on your VVA right there as well, guys. Again, we're looking for a green as a heart rate response across the room, treads and rowers, maybe not on the weight floor. We are still looking to have that warmed up feeling, looking nice and loose back on the weight floor, guys. Come on. All right, so again, a little overview for your workout today, team. Up on the treads, we have endurance. We're looking at 5 90-second pushes with a 90-second base in between. Now, your goal is those push intensities. We're trying to maintain those push intensities. If you're feeling a little bit spicy, guys, let's think about increasing throughout the block. But your focus is on that push. Again, dial back down that base if we have to. On the rower side of things, we have a strength focus block, 3 4.5-minute blocks. Your goal is to maintain that push intensity on each row at 20 to 22 strokes a minute. So we're kind of going back to the basics, guys. That leg drive, kind of always good to go back to the very foundation. 60% of that rowing effort does come from your leg drive. Back on the weight floor, again, we have power, 4.5 minutes of work, 3 blocks as well. Load and explode. Weight floor, let's go ahead and rack it up, and let's look up at your VVA. Treads and rowers, keep hanging out in base. I'll be right back with you guys. Back on the weight floor, back to back, load and explode, 4.5 minutes. We have 2 exercises back to back, then rest, and then we have a body weight low plank hip rock exercise. 8 reps across the board. Now, it is load with a dumbbell and then drop the weight and explode. So we're kind of priming our body for that second exercise being explosive. You're going to go body weight, dumbbell, alternating lateral lunge, 8 total, and then body weight speed skaters, 8 total. So for that exercise, you're going to go moderate to heavy weight selection for the first one, and it's alternating lateral lunge. So you're going to alternate each side, weight up at your chest, step, keep everything squared, shoot the hips back, drive through the heels on the way up. You'll then go to the other side. An option for this one, drop the weight and go body weight. After you've done 8 total, you're going to drop that weight and you're just going to find that same power in your legs. Speed skater. So really think about sinking the hips, drive, and it's aggressive step. So really think about sticking that landing, pumping those arms, keeping your core engaged throughout the entire range of motion. You then rest, and we have body weight, low plank hip rocks. So after you've done that, you're going to go onto your forearms right here, stack your joints, elbows underneath your shoulders. You're then alternating, tapping, trying to tap, get that full range of motion, touching your hips to the ground. Keep your core engaged. An option for that one, let me know, or your assistant coach know. Y'all are officially on the clock. Rowers, go ahead and rack it up, guys. We have a 4.5 minute strength focus block. Your goal is to maintain that push intensity on each row at 20 to 22 strokes a minute. Now we have start off of the rower, we have a back-to-back medicine ball split squat hold with tricep extensions, 8 each side, paired with a 150 meter row. You are rowing after that medicine ball exercise. So you're gonna grab a dumbbell that is at your station right here. We have split stance, hold tricep extension. You're gonna stagger that stance. You're gonna sink your hips a little bit. That medicine ball goes behind your head. You're gonna tuck your elbows in a little bit, drive through the wrists on the way up, 1 and then 2. You'll do 8 on each, and then you'll alternate the other side 8 in the first 8. After you've done that, you then head to the rower, and it's a 150 meter row on that distance push intensity. We're looking for our heart rate zones in that high green, maybe orange on that. Looking for that uncomfortable feeling. Guys, questions, options, let me know. Y'all are on the clock. 4.5 minutes. Up on the treadmills, we have a long endurance block, 14.5 minutes. We have fixed pushes with equal bases up there. Now, like I said, your goal is to maintain or increase, if you're a little bit spicy, that push intensity and lower that base if you have to. We're going to start with a 90-second push followed by a 90-second base. Power walkers, we're going to go 6% or greater. Joggers and runners, you're going to go 1 to 2 over base. Looking for that orange heart rate response towards the tail end of this. I would start a little conservative. Treads in 3, 2, and 1. 90-second push. Rowers and weight floor, you are officially on the clock, guys. Come on. Now, rowers, remember, we're starting stagger stance. You're going to have that medicine ball back behind your head. Really make sure you tuck those elbows in. We're trying to target those triceps right here. Weight floor, on those alternating lateral lunges, you want to keep everything squared. Let's try not to have that dumbbell round our shoulders forward. Again, keeping everything nice and upright. If you feel like everything's rounding forward, draw those shoulders back. Try team, let's check in, see how we're feeling. Remember, we're going to try to maintain these push intensities throughout the block. If you feel like this is not repeatable, you may need to drop down that push just a little bit. You are over halfway through this push, team. And again, right about here is where you start seeing some of that orange on your screen. Rowers, once you have done the 8 on each side of those split stance extensions, you then log into your rower and you have a 150 meter push row. Again, really focusing on that stroke rate right here, guys. 20 to 22 on that stroke rate. All right, treads, drop back down to base in 3, 2, 1. Hold this base, treads. The first few seconds coming off that longer push is the most challenging. All right, so rowers, after you've done that 150 meter push row, you then go back off of the rower. You have those medicine ball exercises, 150 meter row on repeat. Weight floor. Let's remember on those hip rocks, you really want to make sure that you're engaging your core. On that one, we're looking for that rotation, so engaging the entirety of the abdominal section. All right, so treads, these longer bases, so a 90-second base is a really good opportunity to help us hone back in on our running form. Let's make sure we're going straight forward and back, not across our body. No wasted movement on these endurance blocks, especially if we're going to try to hold on to that base or that push we're coming off of. Weight floor and rowers, we got about 2 minutes left, guys, 2 minutes. And again, repeating those intervals off of the rower and on the weight floor. So weight floor working left to right on that VBA rowers. You got those medicine ball exercises and that 150 meter push row on repeat. All right, treads are coming back up to another 90-second push. Power walkers, we're going to go back up to that 6% or greater incline. Joggers and runners, we're going to go back to that same push, 1 to 2 over base in 3, 2, 1. 90-second push, team. Nice job getting those heart rate zones back down, guys. That is exactly what we're looking for in these endurance blocks. We are looking for steady state intensity up there. Nothing too hard one way or the other. We officially have 1 minute left on the rowers and on the weight floor, guys. So rowers on that medicine ball split squat tricep extensions. Let's try not to have our back rounding forward. Really draw that core in. And again, make sure those elbows are tucked in. If you need to kind of take it a little bit less aggressive on that squat, that is okay. Take a half a step forward with that back foot. Treads, you got 30 seconds left. Come on, let's hang on to that push speed. You can do this. Good, looking good. Weight floor on that lateral lunge. Again, make sure everything is squared on that speed skater. Same thing, making sure that everything is square. Using those same muscle groups that we just recruited in that lateral lunge. All right, treads, drop back down to base. Weight floor and rowers relax in 3, 2, and 1. Drop back down to base. So weight floor and rowers. Weight floor, let's go ahead and be looking at block number 2.